welcome into Hanging with the Hippos. Tonight is a special night. It is a 10th and Main Takeover. I have with me 3 of the other 4. Oh my gosh, I had that all planned out and then I couldn't math. There are 7 or 8 of us in 10th and Main. There's 4 of us today. I don't have the whole gang here, but everyone that is here is from 10th and Main. So this is the 10th and Main Takeover of Hanging with the Hippos. If you don't know what 10th and Main is, we're going to tell you. And Flippin' Hippos, Hanging with the Hippos every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. I'm here with 3 of my friends. And we answer questions from the chat about reselling and news and how we run our businesses. So in case you didn't meet any of these lovely ladies yet, we're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Valerie. I live in Atlanta. My little shop is called Re.retail. I work full-time, but I do this full-time too, pretty much. So yeah, sell everywhere except Whatnot. These ladies do. I have some static listings there, but maybe these guys will get me into it.
We're trying.
And Cora's beside me. She's the partner in crime over here.
She's the mascot.
We matched tonight, actually. I matched Cora.
And I'm Nanette with Grandma's Secret Shop. I'm in Southern California. It's very sunny, very warm today. As you can see behind me, the light. And I retired from a full-time job, I think going on 3.5 years ago. I sell on eBay as well as a number of other platforms, and I love hanging out with my girls here. And yeah,
that's what she is
tonight.
You look so pretty, girls. I'm Lori Johnson. So pretty, yes. I'm Lori Johnson with K&L Resale, as you can see on the screen here. I post on a lot of different sites statically. I'm on vacation right now because we're getting the packing for moving to Tennessee, but I do Whatnot, eBay, Etsy, Mercari, what's the other one? Poshmark. And I just got approved for eBay Live, so I'm doing the onboarding thing now. So we're going to be live on eBay pretty soon. And I just decided to do this after my last job, property management. Hi, Mandy. I just decided that I wanted to do something that wasn't going to be as stressful for me, doing things what other people said. So I decided after a few months of figuring out what I wanted to do, that I wanted to do reselling like my parents did antiquing before. So that's my background. And we're going to have some fun tonight. We always do.
We always do when we're all together. So obviously, if you follow one of these ladies over here, you might not know me, but I'm looking at the chat. You probably do. I'm Star. I have been reselling since 2017 when I rendered myself disabled, and kind of just took over my boyfriend's business, and it changed from collectibles to thrifting. And he hung in there with me for 8 years, and then he just decided, listen, I started this to sell collectibles. You're doing the bins and clothes, and I'm out. So he's an accountant now, and I do this by myself. I stay by myself, but he still helps a lot with shipping and stuff. I sell on 6 platforms. I sell a little bit of everything everywhere. That's what I like to say. And I'm on all the social medias. I do a lot of videos. And I sell with the girls on 10th and Main. So I keep saying.
Forgot to mention that one.
Yeah. So it's a group of 8 friends that started selling on YouTube Live. And we've kind of morphed into doing more Whatnot raid trains while we're growing. So every Friday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, probably a little earlier than that. Karen goes on earlier. The first person of our raid train every Friday, 8 p.m. is Avon Ridge on Whatnot. And then you can ride the train from there. And we're doing something new now. On Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are live on our 10th and Main channel, which I will link here. It's kind of like this format, but not. We would, if there were questions in the chat, we would take them and answer them. We show off our hauls from the week. We show you what we'll be selling on Whatnot that week. And you get to see like the background of how we work. People are taking pictures, people are asking questions, people are sharing their screen. So it's a pretty interesting dynamic. You can see how all of us work on our own in our houses, but how we work together and how we interact and chat with each other while we work. Because that's
It's
how we
a little raucous, so be prepared.
Yeah.
A little bit of gossip, a little bit of.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's how we all started, was working together and meeting through the computer. So
Mhm.
Yeah, in fact, the only person I've met on here in person is Nanette. I haven't met Val or Star in person yet.
Nope.
you are
Oh, I'm
lying
sorry.
out
I did.
your
I
face.
did.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah,
I even know
party.
that story.
We
So
got
long
in
ago.
trouble at camp
I
for
know.
fighting.
She made me play air guitar she made me kick up my leg so that she could hold my leg and play air guitar on my leg. We have a picture of it. And that's what you're in for.
It was COVID years. That was a lifetime ago. So.
Yeah, really. But then when I move to Tennessee, I'll be the closest to Valerie. So we'll have some 3 hours of driving, but it's really close.
So I put 10th and Main in there. Come join us on Wednesday nights. You can just hang out and chat with us and work with us. We do a lot of talk shop. So we talk about current events and pain points. Speaking of, before you got to put your questions in the chat. If you have questions, put them in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Apparently I'm a hamster.
One of the things we do on Wednesdays too is if we have something and we don't know what it is, we'll show it to each other, kind of talk about how we kind of price things like that when Google Lens isn't helping us. So you do see some of that back story as well.
Yeah, I like the work environment that we have amongst each other. It's what do you call it? Collaborative, but it's our own businesses. We're in charge, and this is the kind of environment that I wanted in corporate life that I couldn't get, and I trust these ladies implicitly in their judgment, but will always back up with my own research. But it's a lot of fun because there are so many different perspectives, so many ranges of experience that I think that it really helps all of us. Oh, there's Kelly in their Artful Journey.
Kelly's one of us.
Yes.
I'm trying to talk the other half of us into coming on next Thursday night for 10th and Main Takeover Part 2, and you can meet the other half of the crew. You can come in any Wednesday. We're not all always there, and that's the beauty of it. If you're busy, you don't have to come. Jay's usually there. Kelly, me, Valerie, Lori, Nanette, Jenny, and did I forget anybody?
Jay, Karen.
Hi, Christopher.
I think that's it.
Okay, so before we start taking the questions from the chat, I just came into this fresh out of my eBay Seller Circles virtual monthly meetup. That's a mouthful. And we had a really good group in there tonight. And someone mentioned they read a newspaper article today or yesterday.
They read a newspaper article. A newspaper, you say.
An whatever. The ones you read on the internet. The Postmaster General went in front of Congress requesting money because he estimates that by October of next year, they will be completely out of money.
What? That doesn't seem right. What are they spending it on?
Well, this is where I get to get up on my soapbox real quick.
Okay.
Stop misusing postal supplies. Y'all are wasting money, and you've been telling me for 9 years to mind my business. And if I want to do what I want to do, no, you hurt us all. And when you misuse supplies and you steal supplies, they have to make up that money elsewhere. And if they can't, they're out of money.
Mm-hmm. First class stamps, yeah. Yeah.
I got real sassy.
Swimmer Oneization says that they're raising first class stamps.
I put a link to the article.
Ah, cool. Oh, NPR. You can trust NPR. Yeah.
They're going to raise first class to 95 cents. They're begging Congress for money, for funding. But they're also bleeding from the supplies. And then they have all these new advertisements out. So I read 95 cents in the article.
Did the article say, I understand what you were saying about misusing supplies. Did they say anything about what the cause was, what they were claiming the cause was?
I don't think they did.
Okay.
I was going
Nine.
to, but
They lost 9 billion last year. Mandy of the Hearts says.
That's crazy.
Jesus, that's a lot.
so the thing is, well, let's go around the room. Let's do the round robin.
All right.
And you can say your thought process, what you're concerned about, what you're worried about, where you think the money went, and we can all just kind of give our input on it.
Oh no. And I'm first. I don't know.
You're first. Oh no.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I know they used to deliver Amazon. Did losing Amazon take some of that money? Because I mean, USPS used to deliver some. That's how I used to get my Amazon, and they don't do that anymore. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, what about sellers for abusing the shipping? I have no idea.
That goes along with my theory. Go ahead, Nanette.
I don't know. You know, I'm like in a rural area, so we don't have post people that come around to our houses and drop off. We get a free post office box, and we have to go to the post office. It seems to me like that could save, if other areas did that, that could save a huge amount of money versus that going to every route every single day. I know that with my husband's business, there's been a number of times where in the past, normally we did UPS, and he had a box the other day that was almost $30 cheaper to go via the post office than UPS. It was like going just like one town over. Well, not one, like within 100 miles of where we're at. And it was amazing how much cheaper it was going that. And the only thing that I can see the post office really does different than like UPS and FedEx is the first class mail. So I don't know. I think that they may have to look at restructuring, and the first class mail may have to it may have to be done a little bit different.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Restructuring is definitely needed. It's an interesting thing. There's a couple things I think about. One is being a reseller. I noticed that they get these bulk rates that are lesser rates or contractual rates for eBay sales and stuff like that. eBay gets cut rates, and so does Whatnot, and so they're receiving less money that way, but they're increasing their number of packages. So I'm thinking that there's an imbalance there with how they're processing those. And to tie in with that, the processing, maybe they should look at UPS and how are the other ones doing, assuming it's a shipping problem and not a personnel problem. Maybe it depends on where they're indicating the problems are. Assuming it's shipping, they definitely need to make some sort of adjustment. I think I'm not sure that hand delivering the mail is really necessary anymore, because people go and have like Amazon pickups in the store. There's no reason that people can't go do that. Everybody goes to the store. However, people could opt in. So yes, a restructuring. And I'm going to read the article, and then I'll be able to give you more information on my thoughts. But yeah, obligated to go that's true. That's true. Tempting.
Yep. I understand that, but like where I'm at, we do not have postmen that come around to we're in a rural area. We have to go to the post office and get our mail. We do not have mail trucks that come around here.
But
you
they
have
give
to call and have a pickup done. You have to go to the post office.
But they give you that free.
We get the free post office box.
So
yeah, which if we didn't have that, it would cost $50 a year. I'm sure it costs a whole lot more than $50 a year. I know that when they changed ours to where they cut out the mail service, because like 45 years ago, there used to be mail service here. They haven't had it now for about 42 years. And there was a huge, huge savings. So, yeah.
But I think that's how they're getting around not giving you the mail service, because they're giving you the free post box. Geez. They give you a box that your stuff goes in.
Yeah, they give us a box, but you have to go pick it up. Yeah.
And so they are getting your mail to you and your government mail. And they're not.
But we have 3 people who work in our post office. If we had to have the post office with a minimum of 2 people in it, And then it would probably take 8 mail carriers to deliver to this area because it's so spread out. So the amount of personnel that it saves by us having to go to the post office is tremendous.
Typically in businesses, HR costs is the biggest cost in a company. I think it's what, like 30-40% or something, or maybe half. I can't remember my HR figures, but it's probably the biggest place they can cut. However, I don't know. I'm gonna have to read more of the article before I say anything else. I think Hellman Hedge said there's a big reduction of first class mail now that everything is virtual. I think that's a good point. You know?
Yeah, birthday cards, letters. People don't send letters. People don't
invitations. Yeah.
So they have the carriers going out on the same routes, taking the same amount of time with far less dollars worth of delivery going out.
First blush, that's what it appears to be. That would be my first call. Yeah.
We used to have two. We had one bring your mail, and then another one came behind that did packages, just packages.
I've had that happen too.
And I was like, I mean, cutting that down, even if it was every other day, like
if UPS and FedEx and DHL and all those guys can do that stuff with the packages, then it should be okay, assuming the packages are the problem as far as postage rates and stuff like that. But if it isn't, and it is the first class mail, that's, it's like we got to find out where the target area is, find out where the problem is before we start going, oh my God, you know?
Yeah.
And the other crazy thing, half of ours all go in the middle of the day and they're closed and for lunch, and there's only one person working the counter. And I'm in Atlanta, like I'm in a busy place, and it's insane. Like they just put a note on the door, we'll be back at whatever time. And I'm like,
well, you know, mine's only open 3 hours a day, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
We're only open 2 hours on Saturdays. We're not, so we're open like 5 to 4. We're not, we open at 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 Monday through Friday, and then it's open from 11 to 1 on Saturday.
No, we get 2 hours a day, period.
Yeah.
Monday through Saturday, 3 hours most.
You know, I know, sir, you say that about the supplies, but FedEx and UPS give supplies as well. So
they do. That's true.
And
but people use them. They're not hiding their UPS supplies inside a ground bag. They're not storing their comics in it. Nobody here does that. Yeah. They're not misusing the supplies. And I have in my basement enough supplies for 10 people.
But I know people who have that much in UPS supplies. And I have to tell you, I know a whole lot of people that every single label they print out is on a UPS label, whether it's going where it's being shipped to or from or whatever. I mean,
I guess I still think the misusing the supplies is a big problem.
Okay, so I'm just read the first 4 paragraphs of this thing. It says, may run out of cash for paying its workers and vendors in about a year, may have to stop deliveries. So that's there. And then 12 months. And then they talk about operating with a financial shortfall. The mail volume is being blamed. So yeah, it's definitely a decrease in a net loss of $9 billion in fiscal year 2025. So I think it's just on first blush, reading those first paragraphs, it looks like the electronic comment that somebody made earlier might be accurate.
So I'm not a big ass CEO of big ass company, okay? But this is my idea.
Yeah.
The big
hi.
Contracts they have with like eBay, and if they could be a little bit more competitive with that, people would choose them over UPS and FedEx.
Yes.
And so the way to get more money is not to spend more money, because I've been seeing a lot of advertisements lately and those cost money. The way to get more money maybe in this instance isn't to spend more money on advertising, but maybe just to lower your rates just a tiny bit, so that people go, oh, this is cheaper than UPS, this is cheaper than FedEx, and oh, look, I can have my mailman come to most of us can. I know you can't, Annette, but most of us can have our mailman come right to the door every day and pick them up. If people saw that and saw it as a viable option, this is cheaper, and they can pick it up right off my front porch every morning and save me a trip, more people would use it. And then you would get more money.
And that's something that, so that's going to require the same amount of coming to everybody's house to check and deliver mail and pickup mail. For instance, when I tried to schedule Broadway cat, when I have tried to schedule a pickup with the post office, I've actually had them not pick up for a few days, even though they said they would pick it up the same day. And I finally had to take it myself. This is when I first started. So I would always take my stuff myself. And luckily my post office satellite station stays open until 8:30 because it's a convenience store and they scan my stuff for me. So it's nice. I'm going to miss that when I move to Tennessee. But that indicates a problem within. Oh, and then the other part was when I did have the person, I said, hey, listen, deliver my mail. Would you pick up my stuff? I didn't have it scheduled. She goes, yes, I'll be back when I'm done with this area. She never came back. She forgot. So if they can make it maybe where they do pickups like they were delivering packages after, but they make that part of their thing, they go around their route one more time to look for packages, that could be a restructuring that they could do.
Well, I pay $10 a week to UPS to have them come and pick up from my business every week. Yes. And if I want to have, if I do just like a FedEx, I think it costs me $3.75 a day to have them come pick it up from me.
That's a great idea.
Maybe they're going to have to go kind of along that and then, charge for the ones where they pick it up. The people that don't want to go to the post office, maybe they're going to need to pay for that convenience of having them come.
Well, if I had to start paying for that convenience, I would real fast start using someone else.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
If you're going to make me pay for that, then I'm going to drive up the road to UPS.
But you'd be driving up the road. You'd be driving somewhere. Because if you're going to have UPS come to your house every day or your business every day, you have to pay them to come every day.
I understand that. But if USPS, the thought process there for someone like me isn't, oh, okay, I'll pay. It's convenient. It's, oh, you're charging me for something I've been using for 9 years? I'm going to somebody else. Goodbye.
I can see that.
Ask my internet service how quick I went to Verizon after the last fiasco.
I can see that. Yeah. It's definitely a solution for people like us who are resellers to subscribe to a definite pickup service, just like stores do and businesses do. UPS charges now where they didn't used to charge. But if they started charging, I think the UPS has been lagging in staying up to date with the times. And I think this is a big indicator of the market share that they don't have at this point because they haven't kept up with electronic sales and all that. What? Hello. Hi, Betta.
Hi, Betta. But, I used to go to the post office and my box would be crammed every day. Now we probably average 2 to 3 items per day out of our box.
Junk
you
mail
don't get Sears catalogs anymore. You're not getting Finger Hut and all those other things that you're used to get. You're not getting, about the only thing that I get is before the elections, I get bombarded.
He clearly isn't addicted to the TikTok shop like I am.
But you know what?
His mind's overflowing.
That's another section where they're lagging in money then. They've cut down on the business, the 800, the business mail, all that stuff is cut down because we don't do that anymore. That's why they're losing money. Oh, I think
people still like doing the coupon mailers. Like people used to get those, and I don't get those like I used to.
It's on the apps now. We get the Safeway ads on the app.
We still get them in the mail here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Some people used to get their newspaper delivered via the post office too. I don't even know that there's newspapers that print anymore. So where
they did, apparently Pennsylvania was in the 1800s.
15 to 20 pieces of junk mail a day. Now you're down to 2. So they're gonna have to look at, if they don't have the volume of junk mail to deliver every day to every house, like Valerie said, they may not be able to deliver. Maybe they're only going to deliver Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or something too.
Yeah.
The penny saver. Yeah.
So we still get, and Karen, who's also a 10th and Main gal, she and I cut out we have a local place called Shop and Save. You guys have heard about it before, but the local grocery store here is called Shop and Save. And it's locally owned, and its prices are very comparable to Aldi. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. But all the produce in this local supermarket comes from local farmers. So they get everything in their local, and they get local honey and
Nice.
pickles. We have local pickles.
Mm.
But they get everything here, and they send out in the value pack is what it's called.
Yes, that little blue envelope.
Yes, it's value pack. They send out these coupons, one for every week each month. And if you use all of them the very last week, you get double. So it's $5 off your groceries a week, and then 10 off the last week. I cut them out. And then the Eaton Park, the restaurant where Karen and I go for eBay seller circles, also sends you one in there. So me and her always have paper coupons like these little old ladies. But I'll tell you what, saving $25-$30 a month on groceries is free eggs for the month, right?
Yeah, that stuff should come back in this economy right now. Yeah.
So we still get that. We get all kinds of the groceries. We get all of the stuff everybody always used to get. It could just be that we're Kentucky. We still do paper.
Hanging on to the 1900s.
We're very Midwest here, but
You don't get a Sears catalog.
but I do love my little grocery store. I love to tell people about it because Aldi's great too. But I want local stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
They
it's so
have
much better.
Picklesburg
Pickles.
company. These great pickles. Aldi has good pickles too.
Really?
Oh
I
my
like Mount Olive.
And they're
Mount
cold.
Olive is great.
They're cold.
They're in a
cold.
plastic container and they're thick. They're thick
They're cold.
boys.
But you're talking about the ones that are in the cold thing. The cold. They're
Yeah,
not
in
in
the-
the jar. They're in a plastic and
They're in a
cold.
plastic deli, like Amish container almost.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ones I buy, but that's not the name, obviously. You're gonna have to all these.
Mandy.
Yeah.
So let me tell you. Let's not.
Now, this-
This is my YouTube channel. We don't need to talk about how
Mandy is my one reseller friend in Atlanta. She's the one that comes to my eBay things. She
Oh,
cool.
Last Saturday it was me, Mandy, and then my niece Amanda for my meetup.
Aw.
Hey, there was a question. There was a question back at the beginning. Ms. Tempting Treasure said, "What is your target sell-through rate?" I didn't want to skip her question.
I'm attempting to get there.
Oh, okay, girl. All right.
She's cruising.
I'm
right now.
attempting to host, but when it's us, it's
I know. This is us, people.
there we go.
That's the one.
What is your target sell-through rate?
I still don't get target the sell-through rates. I don't understand it.
I
Explain
don't
it to me.
track
Well,
it.
Valerie's first.
I don't either.
Yeah, I was like, I don't track it. I am doing the most perfectly sell-through rate thing that we're doing this month. I picked eBay. When I first started on eBay, it stayed around 13%. That's not the case now, but Poshmark's my number one. So, and there's not really an easy way to track it on Poshmark. So I'm just driving blindly, I guess. But I know how much is going out weekly, and that's what I know. If I'm not, I'm one of the odd ones out. Nanette, I drive my stuff to the post office because I work from home. That's my way of venturing out into the world.
Amen, sister. That's the way I go.
So if I'm not going to the post office daily, then I'm like, I need to get
Yeah, a good point.
But I'm going to do this contest. I want to stay on top of it for eBay since it is trackable with eBay because I am trying to grow there. And then I'd actually like to focus and maybe I'll do it next month with Etsy as well. But I don't really have a target number.
So how did they, educate me, you guys.
Wait, Lori, let Nanette
sorry.
answer.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I hate going to post office. My husband, and he's like one of those 9 o'clock every morning. He's out the door going to the post office. Although I did drop off today. As far as my sell-through rate, I keep thinking that when I stop making ridiculous buys and I stop trying to empty out my house, and when I look at things that I buy specifically, like if I were going to buy, say I was going to buy a lot of brand new athletic wear, new in the package closeout or something, I would try to have at least like a 70% sell-through rate on it in order to buy it. And I know some people go 80%, 100, whatever, but I look for at least a 70%. I I look at if I have things and I get things, I might as well list them versus donating them or whatever. So I have kind of a cutoff where I don't list below, but if you looked at the overall sell-through rate on my store where it has 5,500 things, it's pretty low, but I have room to store the stuff and all, so I don't really worry about that as much. If I were confined to how much room I have for storage and all that, I would probably look at a lot more. Or if I weren't trying to get rid of like so much of my own stuff and stuff that I've had for years, and then doing buys like I just did this week on helping a dear friend, and I spent $2,600 on stuff because they were moving and it was vintage toys and I bought it. So yeah. Okay.
Must buy. That's a must buy, girl.
Mm-hmm.
She gets all the goodies.
Oh, she does. 8 loads of them.
Yep. 8 carloads packed.
Crazy.
So
Amazing.
my husband's only seen 1 carload. He doesn't know about the other 7 carloads.
So just don't upset any of us anytime soon. I got pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We all got the pictures.
We got pictures, Nanette.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, listen.
Listen up. I got some things to tell you.
You do get some good, interesting stuff. That's amazing. I want you to do like a show maybe on this sometime of show us unboxing what you got. I think that'd be cool.
You guys can't record chewing.
I got probably
A little.
10,000 McDonald's Happy Meal things, but which is not something I would normally buy. However, there are a lot of the little chicken nuggets, and there's a lot of the little transformers, like for the hamburger that transforms it, and those things have some value. So
They do.
you know, Hallmark ornaments, I got probably between 800 and 1,000, brand new, and it's a combination of Department 56, Hallmark, Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
and I paid $200 for all of them. So you figure I've got 20 cents in them. Figure worst case they'll sell for $5 a piece. Worst case. So and then there's going to be ones like Stargot and that I've gotten that sell for $25, $100, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like it. And now that we're doing that raid train every week, you could sell that stuff real quick on there, just in bulk, just to supply the resellers, the other resellers.
Lori,
What?
your target sell-through rate.
What is it? So is this have to do with percentage of numbers that you sell, that you have for sale versus how much you sold, or is it dollar percentages?
That's what I thought it was the percentage.
There's 2 sell-through rates. You can look up on eBay how many of a particular item are listed and how many have sold, and you can figure out the sell-through rate. You have to math, and I actually have it written down somewhere because, let me tell you, there's 2.
Okay.
Or checking comps, basically.
Yeah, you look at how many are listed.
I thought we were
and how
talking
many
about
sold.
the store and the number going out the door.
Yeah, and then your personal sell-through rate is how many you have listed and how many you sell. And then there's a whole math problem. It's like 0 point something.
Okay. So she said number of items you have. Okay. So I guess I did answer correctly.
It's how much you have, how much is going out the door. There's your personal one. I have 5,500 items. If I sell 3,000 a month, I would figure out that sell-through rate.
Yeah.
But if I look up American Eagle jeans on eBay and there's 20,000 listed and 100 sell a day.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't tell you off the top of my head because I actually had to have him write it down for me.
Yeah.
There are people who know it, but you can figure out the percentage with this math problem.
Right.
So I don't know what it is.
That sounds like it goes into your consideration of how much you want to price something for, how much you want to have, how long it's up for. No.
It
so
just
why
tells
do we need
you
to know it?
Because it tells you. Oh my gosh! I should show you one of my old guides.
Tell you the possibility of the item that
how fast it's going to sell.
Selling in the 90 days.
So you take your 90 days, the number of your store, the number sold, and it's that percentage.
Yeah. or if you're looking to purchase something. So if I were looking at, I'm going to buy athletic wear. Okay.
Right.
And
right.
there's 1,000 of them listed. And there is, in the last 90 days, 800 of them is sold. That's an 80% sell through.
Okay. Let me share my screen. I can explain this very simply.
All right. I've done that when I've gone into buying stuff. I've looked at what's selling and all that stuff to see what my next buy is going to be.
Can you see?
Yeah.
This is one of our old guides. Okay. The math was figured into the spreadsheet by Keith. So as of 2025, this is an old guide. 7 For All Mankind women's jeans had 52,000 sold listed and 6,000 sold, which gave you a 10% sell-through rate.
Mm-hmm.
That's slow, so that's highlighted in red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Affliction men's t-shirts new had 1,000 listed, 1,100 had sold, so that's a 52% sell-through rate. So that's yellow because that's still not fast. I made this guide in 2025. And I'm just going to kind of scroll down so you guys can get an idea.
But I think one of the things you have to look through on sell-through rate too. I mean, you have sell-through rate, but you also have to look at how much money are you going to be making on that object.
Right.
I mean,
we're just talking about sell-through rate right now.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to show you, there's one green.
Ooh.
Carhartt, baby.
Yep.
New, not used. The used is red.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
So your sell-through rate actually has nothing to do. How do I get out of here? Oh my gosh.
We're stuck on the sidelines.
Okay, there we go. Your sell-through rate has nothing to do with your cost, how much you're going to pay or anything like that. It's just how many are listed, how many have sold. This is the percentage. And anything below 50% is a slow sale, which means 9 or more months. Anything from 50 to like 90 is medium, which means 3 to 6 months, up to 9 months.
Yeah.
And then fast is anything faster than that. And Keith actually worked all of that math out when we had started doing our guides, that if it's this percentage, it's slow, medium, fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, that makes sense. And actually, I'm glad that this subject came up, and I'm glad that I asked you to explain that, because I still have my online inventory that's paused right now because I'm packing. But I do need to review that to see if I want to take certain things with me or not, and maybe just donate or sell them real quick or sell or whatever. You know, it's like, is it worth taking it with me to do that? So, because if it's not going to sell, it's not a fast sell-through rate right now, it's definitely not going to be in the next 9 months. So why would I take it with me?
So I say all that to say and to explain on my turn that 0 Fs. Don't care. I buy wholesale. I pay less than $1 a piece of item.
Yeah.
I get bulk buys. I have a box of 100 swimsuits come. The sell-through rate could be 1% or 100%. I paid 50 cents. I'm going to list. So this is kind of one of those don't do as I do. As I say. Because you're supposed to pay attention to the sell-through rate. Now, if I was actually going out thrifting and paying a lot of money for my items off the rack, I would learn more and look for sell-through rate.
There's building years that is important to do.
Yeah. When I just buy hundreds and thousands of pieces at a time, and even when I go to the thrift store, I go on 99-cent day. I don't care. Is it plus size? Put it in my cart. Is it $1? Put it in my. If it's $1, it's coming home with me. Give it to me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's my attitude.
I look at when I purchase things, even if it's going to take a year for it to sell, I basically am going to spend no more than 10 cents on the dollar. So if it's going to sell for $50, even if it takes a year, I'm not going to spend more than $5 on it. So, you know, where I have things that, you know, I looked at those ornaments, I figured, okay, those ornaments, I'm going to say on the low end of things, they're going to sell for $5 a piece. I'm paying 20 cents for them a piece or less. So I'm paying less than, what's that, like 3% that I'm paying? Yeah. I can afford to have that in my inventory for a year.
Yeah, I try to do between 10 and 25% of the retail value that I think I could sell it for. As far as cost, I don't buy above 25% for sure. But if it's a really cool item that I can flip quicker, that's when I pay the higher amount. As far as quick flips and things, 10%, buying in bulk and stuff, it might be easier to just do the quick flips like we were talking about earlier on Whatnot or something like that. I mean, it just all depends on your selling style. If you like to do the quick flips, are you doing volume? What is it you're doing? I suppose that percentage would play in at some point. Bubble spring.
Okay, our next question. What is your favorite item that you've sold this year so far and why?
Oh, no.
My house.
There you go.
And that is yours too, Kelly.
I can't think off the top of my head because this year it's just been mainly clothes and swimwear. I haven't had like any fun hard goods sell.
What about your purses?
Oh, the artwork. I just sold a piece of artwork, that Napa Valley print that I found at an estate sale a while ago. The daughter-in-law contacted me and said, "This is my father-in-law. I've never seen this before. My husband's never seen this before." She sent me an offer for it, so I accepted it, and it's made its way back to the family. Gary
Wow.
Weatherly, I forgot this city. It's somewhere west, a little bit west of Napa Valley, but he used to have a gallery in the 80s with his friend, and he used to draw the maps for Napa Valley, and they did posters for some of the wineries back in the day. But it's made its way back to the family, so that's cool. I was like, I just had that one, and I sent that to Kelly. I was like, look, I finally sold it. So that one's my favorite so far.
I love that.
So my favorite thing that I have, that I look for, that I sell ongoing, is trains, because they're easy to photograph. I don't get returns on them, and I can buy them cheap and sell them at good money. With that being said, my favorite things that I've actually sold this year, last year and this year, is Xerox toner for big commercial machines, because I had a whole bunch of it from machines that my husband no longer has, and it sells super, super fast, and the average order going out is probably $300 to $400.
That's awesome.
So anyways, I mean, you can have a little small pile of it that easily sells for $10,000. That's something I might, if I were going to a government auction and they had Xerox toner there that wasn't like ancient, that is something I might pay 50 to 70% of what I know I'm going to get it for. So if I knew it was going to sell for $500, I might spend $300 on it, because I know Xerox toner, I don't put any promotions on it. I don't put it on sale, and it sells super fast. Yeah. But the price is kind of set. Everybody's selling it basically at the same thing. So if I can find it below that, I know I can sell it and do that. Unlike a shirt, you've got 15 people with the same Chico shirt. It's like a race to the bottom.
Yeah, that's so true. That's where knowing your product and the market really pays off, because in that kind of a static market where everybody's paying the same price, you just got to find the deals down here, and it's a matter of where your profit margin is.
But the deals can be very hard. The deals are hard to find on those things. I mean, I know there's people who make their whole business around selling toner. I could never find enough of it to support myself on.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I wouldn't want to narrow my focus so much on one thing to depend on, because that'd create too much stress.
So, Lori, your answer is your house?
Well, yes, but I haven't sold it yet. So, but I was just thinking, I have a favorite thing that I sold a couple of years ago because it was so amazing that I did. I just loved. I practiced what I preached. I'll tell that story in a minute. But I think my favorite things to sell this year are baseball cards and postcards. Baseball, football, all the trading cards and the game cards. I really like the ease of doing that, and I love. I'm a Virgo, so I love organizing. I love going through and checking all the prices and stuff. Thank God we got apps, because I wouldn't do that now if it wasn't. but I love finding one or two $30 cards in a thing and then being able to sell them. I've sold a few of the higher priced ones. I do have right now a $400 card and a $500 card that I got on a break. They're autographs that I'm looking to sell pretty soon. So that would be my favorite for this year.
I have to say, Lori, my favorite thing that you have sold, because I have no interest in baseball cards, but those films that you sold.
Oh, the films. Oh my God, that is. Yes.
Yeah.
I have 16 millimeter films. My sister found something. She lives in LA, down in Santa Clarita. And there's this guy that lives in her neighborhood whose father was a film collector and all sorts of equipment collector for the industry. And he had these 16 millimeter films, 12 and a quarter inch and 15-inch films, 16 millimeter films that were just dusty, dirty, but otherwise immaculate. Yeah. Say hi, Kurt. I told him he had to get dressed. And I was I'm in the kitchen, which I can never do. Look, you guys, look, the kitchen. There's actually room in here. So anyway, these films, I had 60 of them. I bought them for $31 each. I've been selling them I haven't sold it for $150, but the most I've gotten for them is $120.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so those are fun. And it has a lot of the Desilu Studios, the Western movie, the Western TV series. There was a Lyndon Johnson, a bunch of outtakes from the stations that they would use to fill in when Lyndon Johnson was president. So yeah, that is a good one. I'll go with that.
And she went to a pizza place and bought brand new pizza boxes to ship them out in.
I got that from Uline, but yeah, I did.
Oh,
and
okay.
I measured it and stuff, but that was same difference. Yeah, we can change the story for that. That's good.
That's more entertaining.
I like Joe's Pizzeria.
I know. But it just so happened that the 15 inches come just within like a quarter inch of it. And when I put some and the thing is, it's a really good deal because they ship it media mail because it's media.
Oh, nice. Oh,
yeah. So the other thing that I was going to tell was this ring that I had. I would wear it to every show when I was doing my jewelry shows and whatnot. And I go, isn't this gorgeous? I just wear it whenever I process my work and stuff because I loved it. It was rubies and some CZs. And I go, yeah, it's $4,000, but I'm willing to let it go at 75% off because I'm offering it here first. I talked about it 3 or 4 times, and I put it up for $400, and this girl bought it, and I went, oh, you can give me an ugly gasp. And that was my favorite sale, but my most regrettable sale because I loved that ring so much, but it was worth so much money. So there I am. Star.
Oh my.
You have so many. It's got to be plush related, I'm sure.
I mean, is it the 1,000 American Eagle jeans?
I was about to say, what favorite pair of jeans this year?
Is it the 50 million pieces of costume jewelry? Like I've actually been on this channel talking a lot. I do a what sold video highlight reel every Monday. And the last couple of weeks, I've actually been saying in there, the way my business model is set up for me is not boring. Might be boring for other people, but I like to just get stuff, put pajamas on, put a movie on, But then when I go to these what sold videos, I always worry, is it boring for you guys? Because it's the same brands, the same items, the same things in volume, week after week after week. This is like not even a what sold or a highlight reel anymore. It's like, here's some more of the same old shit, people.
But that's what sells. That's what's interesting, though. You're creating consistency, showing the market how it sells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think that's cool.
So much more mundane and boring things day to day. And maybe once a quarter, you get a very cool, like that's the first time I've ever sold like artwork back to a family. I told Kelly, I was like, I can check that off like my reseller bingo card. Like that's something cool that I've heard people talk about. So I was like, okay, but rarely does that happen.
I sold my soul. Does that count?
I didn't know what happened with the purse. I sold it was a Henry's purse, and it was very atomic looking, and I sold it on Etsy. It sold for like $200. And the lady sent me this most wonderful letter saying that her father-in-law was Henry's of Los Angeles or whatever it was, and that her husband had worked there when he was a young boy, and she was trying to buy these purses back for her daughters to have the legacy.
Okay, so that reminded me. I had a mouse. It was a plush, Lori. You just reminded me because of the message on Etsy. He was this little gray mouse, and he had on a pink tie with white polka dot. And I call them business mouse. And he hung out in the office with me after I photographed him and listed him. He was vintage from like the 50s or 60s. His little tail was almost off. And he was a little business mouse. And he was important. He was doing things. He was wearing a tie. And the guy that bought him sent me a message saying, I've been looking for this same mouse since the one I lost in childhood. And I'm so happy that I have my mouse back. And I said, well, I was calling him Business Mouse, but if you're going to give him his new forever home, you can rename him. And he's like, no, I'll call him Business Mouse.
Oh my God.
So I think that, so it's not even the item that was my favorite. It was the interaction. I like when I sell memories. I like when I sell nostalgia.
Yes.
So, Star, you went from Business Mouse to, is that Christmas poop behind you?
That's right.
Oh, come on, dude.
I think it was a Christmas Hershey's Kiss.
Robert's music. My friend Robert, because I always call things poop. It's poop. So that's the Christmas poop. Okay,
Oh, I love
so Christopher says he is part of eBay seller circles, but a lot of eBay sellers don't understand what it is. So those of us that are part of it can take a moment to explain it. And I'm going to put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
Christopher, were you talking about the seller circle itself, or were you talking about something else?
He put that comment in when I was talking about eBay seller circles.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I guess I said meetup, but it was my seller circle that I had
Oh,
Yes.
on Saturday. I still call it meetup, and then I even had it in the title, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I should take out meetup because they're turning it not to say that.
Yeah,
love
they're
it.
so
So
eBay
they renamed their meetup. So
They renamed it.
But I
Yeah.
still wear the t-shirt 6 months later.
So eBay Seller Circles is an eBay sponsored group that may or may not be in your city. I say it that way because I put the link in the channel and you can find out if there is one in your city. And if there isn't, you can start it yourself. And that is how Valerie and I both became chapter leaders. She's the chapter leader in Atlanta. I'm the chapter leader in Pittsburgh. And then as the chapter leader, you decide when and where your group meets, and you just have to schedule them on the scheduling app that eBay provides for you. They send you swag. They send you gift cards for your events. Certain special events, they may help you pay for a cake. They may send games to play. But
And the swag to give out. Like
in the swag, yeah. But for me, it's not about the swag or the gift cards or any of the goodies. They're fun and I like them, but it's about community. It's about meeting people in your community to go thrifting with or go to lunch with or have meetings with. And there's virtual. I just went to my virtual one tonight, and people from all over the country come to that, not just
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm in Southern California, but I go to a virtual one in Florida, and I just won swag from that, and it was shipped directly from eBay to me. So yeah.
And check out the different areas. I mean, because Liz has hers. She's in Colorado. Hers are open.
I went to hers last week.
Danielle, Star, your friend Danielle, like hers are open. So you can check out. I mean, just go in there and look. And some people have speakers, and it's fun. I mean, just to go in and you can meet other people.
Yeah, so they're really, it's just a great way to get out of the house once in a while, have some camaraderie, have some friends. And
You can get
in Corporateville, we used to call those networking meetings, but now that we're online, we can do them online as well. But it also gets you out of the house if you're online. We're selling online, you know. It's a great way to network.
Like the happy hours or what the real business got taken care of.
We used to have happy hours in these groups.
So Miss Tempting asked what the link is. I put it in again. You have to go to seller events and find. So when you go to that link I put in, it takes you to the main page and you can look up by your area.
It looks confusing because one of them says eBay events, but the other one, make sure you hit seller circle. That's the one that's going to bring up your area. The eBay events brings up actual eBay events.
Yeah, so hit seller circles, and then let me show you this.
And if you have any questions, hit up Star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my. I don't have my event set up for April yet, which is shocking. That
It is shocking.
shoot. They're usually up by mid-month. I didn't have power and electric for 5 days,
Oh, that's right.
so I don't have anything done that I normally have done. But anyway,
That was so strange.
this is my chapter.
There you
the
go.
event.
Oh, yeah.
So
Don't
when I schedule, if you want to,
I don't have virtual. I don't have to.
if you want to, I think you like it or heart it, you do something to it, follow it, and then when my April 1 pops up, you'll be notified and you can come to my virtual.
We should do another hybrid one with a couple people. That was fun.
We
Oh,
should.
that would be fun.
Let's do virtual hybrid. I don't want to do a virtual on my own because
Well, let's do April.
Mandy just will be looking at my face again. I'll be poor Mandy. We'll be like, "Will you please show up again?"
I'm gonna write a note here. We should do April and find like one more person to do.
And I was going to show, but I used to be really jealous of the people who had like the Stanley tumbler type cups that said eBay or had all those. Like, so now, once you go to a few of these, you have so many of them.
So many.
So you're like, oh, you're giving them. That's what I had one down here, and I'm sure my husband just took it because it's not down there anymore.
Funny you say that because I literally took one Saturday and I made like 5 gift bags just in case other people sold. And it was super crowded. Like the parking was full. Like my niece was like, "You have to walk across the street." It was packed in there. So it's like, I think people who did sign up were probably like, "I'm not going to deal with that bullshit. Like that's way too crowded." They just kept going. I put my eBay bag on the floor, like facing the line, so people showed up. I didn't want to have it on the table blocking our faces. But I was like, "Mandy, do you want this tumbler?" And she's like, "No, we got them last year." And I was like, my niece, I was like, "Mandy, do you want it?" She's like, "No." And I was like, "I can't give away the tumblers."
I actually do have a cupboard full. I have 2 this size. One's green. This is the snowflake one.
That's a good size. I like that. I don't like
2 that size.
ones.
And then I have like, this is my cup. It says that I read books, but I have them in this size. This was a Christmas present from Keith.
That's so sweet. He's such a good hubby.
We have a white one, a purple. We have several of these. Then I have the coffee mugs. And the entire back of my SUV that's not taken up by thrifted stuff. We're not talking about that. Is eBay swag. So if you're ever in the Pittsburgh area, come to lunch. I will bombard you with presents.
Wow.
Give you so much stuff.
Wow.
They do give you a lot. And I always keep one of everything for myself.
Jenna says she finally got one this year. Feel free to have them ship some to you. I think they've got plenty.
I've got a black one with the eBay colors. It's the faux Stanley. I mean, it's nice. I use mine. I don't need multiple. So, but I will. So it's going to go back to my storage unit for my next, which it'll be me and Mandy probably. I told her, I was like, I'll have it further north, closer to you next time because she keeps driving to Atlanta. I feel bad. But it was a cool place. It was just super duper duper crowded because I had 12 people sign up. So it's like, that's good. But it was insane. So I think people probably were like, nah.
Well, next time you have one, I'm coming to it. I'm going to drive 3 hours one way, stay overnight, and then 3 hours back. That's what I'm going to do. See, I know it's 3 hours to Atlanta now because Star edge my kid.
It's an hour 30. Hour 45.
Star, I so overguessed that one. It's only a half an hour to Star's place.
So when Lori looks at a map, if there's this much space between where she's moving in Pittsburgh, it will take her a half an hour to drive here. It's like isn't it like a 5-hour drive?
It is 8 or something.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll be a half an hour from you. Well, if you drive the 8 hours, I'll give you some swag.
I'm so bad at it. I'm so used to being in California because when you look at a map, I know how far it is to Southern California. To Nanette's place, it's like 7 hours because I got to go 5 hours down and 2 hours over. That's like, but my judgment's off when I go to those smaller states. Throw me. That's what it is. Yeah,
that's what it is. Pennsylvania is pretty big. The mailman can refuse to pick up packages. As far as I know, that is incorrect.
Really?
Absolutely wrong, and you can complain.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, they're union. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
But
wow. So Christopher,
I don't think that they are allowed to, or that they actually can.
I looked at it and said, not today. I can't.
Maybe that's what, because I did have I didn't have 47, but I had fairly decent sized ones, 4x4s and maybe 5x8, something like that. But I only had like 10 of them, and she didn't come back. But maybe she didn't come back because she didn't want to deal with it.
That's crazy.
Caused me to be late. It was so annoying. That's when I figured out to take them in.
I think if you went to your postmaster and said, hey, this is where I live, this is the day that it happened, they probably wouldn't be happy with that.
Oh, if I had a regular delivery person, that'd be great, but they're constantly changing them. Ever since about 10 years ago, this one girl got bit by a dog and she took off. She was our regular girl. We used to give her food and stuff like that. But ever since, it's like a different person every day. It's like they'll go, I don't know who was on that day.
But that girl could say she didn't have room in her truck at that time, and then maybe she wasn't authorized for overtime to go back. So
there you go.
So I have a good story, and I'm thanking someone real quick. Give me a second. Susan, who's in the chat, just joined my Facebook group and said she looked at my link tree. So thank you for wandering into here. Thank you for looking at my link tree. The other girls' link trees have been put in, and they'll be put in again, so you can look at their stuff too.
Yes.
So my story is that when we lived in Florida, we had Mike, and he was real good. Mike or John. I liked him so much, and I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. But anyway, he was a good guy, and it was Florida and hot, right? And there was an alligator that always hung out by the mailboxes. So I felt bad for the guy. So he would deliver everybody's mail, and then he would go around the gated community and deliver packages to your door and pick up packages if you had them.
Okay.
And I knew he was dealing with the alligator and the heat. So when I heard him out there, ding, ding, every day, I would open the door and go, do you want something to drink? And I would give him like those iced waters or a bottled water, just something to drink every day. I'm like, you thirsty? So his replacement that came once a week, there's a word I could say. I won't. She was not a nice person. Oh. And she would always step over my packages and just ignore them. And because we put them out at the end, because you came off the sidewalk and you had like the little walk to the door. Yeah. I even put my stuff at the end in a bin so he didn't have to walk.
Yeah.
Anyway, one day I finally got tired of her because every time it was her, I had to drive. So I poked my head out and I said, yo, you going to take these packages? What are you doing? She turned around and said, well, I've never gotten a drink from you, and I heard you give John drinks. And I said, yeah, and I heard John does his job. So.
Oh.
She didn't. I never saw her again.
Oh. Yes, you don't get a drink for nothing. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I heard John gets drinks. Well, I heard John actually does his job, lady.
You are so quick. Holy cow.
Listen, me and Christopher could commiserate. There was one here before too.
Wow.
Do your job. Do your job. I don't think they can refuse it because it is their job. It would be like if you went to Walmart or the grocery store and put shit on the belt and they said, I ain't ringing that out. That's too much. That's too much for me. They can't. It's their job. It's what they get paid to do. And I get riled up about this because I can't stand people who get upset about having to do their job. This is what you get paid for. And there are plenty of other jobs out there if you don't like it. Hell, start reselling. But don't not do your job.
Yep, exactly. Do what you're getting paid for.
I went into the post office this morning about 10 o'clock, which, as I said, my husband goes in at 9 o'clock. It was 10 when I went. And so I walked up, my postmaster was there, and he's like, have any missing packages? Anything you need me to look into? And I'm like, no, not right now. So, I mean, it's like, it does pay to have a good relationship with them.
Yeah, that is good. So, hey, Star, I was thinking when you were telling that story, so I opened the door and I gave him a bottle of water. I gave him this, I gave him that. And then I thought you were going to say, the point of the story was, and then I gave him a stick to poke the alligator out of the way or something.
He's Florida man. He didn't care. The alligators.
No, they just ignore them. Wow. They don't care.
That's amazing.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Valerie, Kelly would like to know what contest you were referring to when you were talking about choosing eBay.
Oh, the list perfectly sell-through rate. The one where we had to submit the images of your. Maybe I'm the only one who submitted things out of.
No, you aren't.
I think Kelly's being facetious so that you'll explain it to the class.
Oh, got it. Well, if you're part of List Perfectly, which we are all users of List Perfectly, from February to the last week of March, you could pick a what do we call them? Platform that we sell on, where you wanted to improve your sell-through rates. Whereas how I said, like, Poshmark's my #1 platform, so I chose eBay because post-Christmas I January was good, but February eBay like went sleepy time. So I picked it to wake it back up and get it rolling. And that's what I was like, my sales are up 75%. So it is working. The end listings, relistings, redoing some photos, like going through old inventory. But yeah, so they're going to start doing more contests throughout the year to kind of have user engagement, get back to their customers. They're doing good giveaways. So yeah, but
they're doing very good giveaways. Their first price is a year's free List Perfectly. Their second price is
I think.
And Star has a, what do you call it? Star can tell you, she's got a code in there where you can get
month free.
You can get a month free or what?
No.
What can you get?
I think it's
What can you get, Star?
Star, tell us about the
first
code.
month.
What?
30% off your first month.
Okay, 30% off. Yeah.
So why don't we go around the room real quick and say if you entered the contest and which platform you chose.
So I went. So Nanette, it's your turn.
I chose Etsy.
Okay.
I'm on vacation. On all my platforms.
So
I chose Etsy, and let's have a moment of full transparency and honesty because a lot of resellers aren't on YouTube. I was embarrassed to choose eBay because after Q4 and like that slowdown right after January, I'm still paying my bills. I'm still eating. I am losing weight. So that could be because I can't afford food anymore. I'm eating healthier. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But it's just the sales are down maybe 10 to 20% from where they would be like last year. It's not anything like, oh my gosh, I have no money. But it was, oh my gosh, if I submit my eBay, who's looking at this? Who can see this? I don't want people to know, but now I'm telling you.
I was embarrassed by mine, and I was like, oh, well, Trish doesn't give a shit, I guess. So it's like, whatever.
Now I'm telling the whole world. But Etsy's I've only been on there a year, and I really wanted it to grow anyway. And so I chose Etsy. And then after I chose Etsy, I bought 104 swimsuits, and those all don't go on Etsy because they're not vintage. And so my Etsy is not. What do I do?
I think it's that way. When you concentrate on one, another one might trickle off, and then it's just kind of like that. It's
For
just
sure.
Unless you have staff to keep things balanced, then you've got to sell more. It's a tricky, slippery slope.
Yeah.
Years starting eBay. 10% of my sales are on eBay. 90% of it's. She's right on that last one. It was slippery. It definitely shifts. I see it in my platforms when I'm on. eBay was really good this year. Mercari has fallen off this last year. The year before, Mercari was really good, and Poshmark sometimes will be good. And it doesn't. I'll be posting and sharing and following on Poshmark or doing all the good stuff, and it just seems like my items maybe that it doesn't matter.
So
it just happens.
We're running out of time because we love to talk.
Okay.
We got 3 questions left, and then I have my final 2.
All right.
So we're just going to rapid fire round robin.
Ready.
I don't know if it's been asked, but do it if you buy pallets.
I have not yet, just due to space, since I live in an apartment and I have stairs involved. Like, I don't know how I would get something delivered that way. I would like to once I move and do larger buys like that, but I have not yet.
I have done many, many pallets in the past. I haven't done any pallets in probably it's been probably 5 years or more. I have done boxes where I bought new with tag items. But even that I haven't done probably in the last close to a year.
Yeah, I bought pallets. One of my first purchases was a large box, almost a Gaylord size, but not quite. and new with tags. It was off the shelf stock. And then later I bought, which it was a very poor decision. I bought some
The spoon cases?
Huh?
The phone cases?
Yes. I spent $3,000 on phone cases, screen protectors, and charger cords. I've tried every way till Sunday to sell them they're worth $8 a piece. I've tried to sell them for $1. So you got to be very careful when you're doing the pallet choices because you're going to have it for a while or you got to flip them real quick. I happened to make that about just after COVID went up. So I'm attributing it to COVID brain.
There you
Well,
Star.
So I actually used to buy,
Turn it back to 2012.
It's the iPhone 12. It's an iPhone 12.
I used to buy a lot of pallets.
Hmm.
When Keith was doing this with me full time, we did a lot of electronics, remote controls. I still have his secret store and I still list stuff over there. So I won't tell you everything we sold. But a lot of stuff that he did on his store was things that we would buy in huge pallets. Now that he's working full time as an accountant and it's mostly just me doing this, I still bulk buy like 15 pounds of jewelry at a time, 250 pounds of clothes from Lori at a time.
5 big boxes.
Yeah, but not so much pallets anymore, but I still do big wholesale buys. And I still do try to look for smaller stuff of what I call Keith's stuff, just to keep his store going. And I had said that about the contest too. If I could enter his store, I would win. But I keep that store close to my chest because my main store, the Hippo Hut, is very public. Everybody can look at it. You can see what I'm doing. And you can't give away all your secrets. And when you are a personality, you do. You're on here every day. This is what I sold. This is what I bought. So we've always kept like some things close to the chest on that eBay. Plus, it's a good idea. If I piss anybody off and you trash my store, I got a backup. I'll be okay. Nanette
You're on mute, Nanette.
I've spent over $3,000 on inventory since last Friday. So, but it isn't pallets. So yeah. So not
Same
saying
theory.
we don't do big buys.
Oh yeah.
Cleaned my garage and found two. Oh, I'm the Beanie Baby knowledge queen. Okay.
Yeah.
To put that out there, I don't know if that's a good thing to know about me or if that's a good thing to be, but 2 boxes, 30 pounds each of each Beanie Babies. Nothing good. Do you think they'd sell as a lot for something reasonable? Oh, yes.
I think so, for sure.
At least $1 a piece.
Yeah.
At least.
Mm-hmm. So,
especially if you put them in bulk.
when I started reselling, I thought I was going to get rich at the bins. It's my very first video I've ever made on here, and it's cringy. You can go watch it.
Oh, I'm going to go watch it right after this. I haven't seen that.
But
Those numbers are going to spike.
Yeah.
you can go watch it. It's got like 1 million views. It's crazy. It's cringy. Like, I didn't know how to be on the camera back then. I'm like, hi, I have Beanie Babies.
That was me when I was 7 in my bedroom making my little.
It's cringy. But I did buy from Goodwill Blue Box. They have 30 pound, ironically. I wonder if that's where you got yours. They have 30-pound plush boxes you can buy.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to guarantee you that you never get a Beanie Baby and you only get good things. I got 60 pounds of Beanie Babies. And
No,
I
she
was
said they
like,
were her kids' boxes. Because their kids, I was like, they're like not much, we're around in the same
Oh,
age.
they're now 35 and
Okay.
38.
My
So-
mom got some of my Beanie Babies too, actually.
So the Goodwill Blue Boxes are also a video on here if you want to search for that. Because I was hot, I was mad. I'm like, they gave me all these Beanie Babies, and I was like throwing them. And
Is that where you started throwing plushies? Was because of that?
no, I've always thrown them.
Now I do want to go watch this to see your breakdown
But-
of the Beanie Babies.
I did sell them in lots. So I did cats, dogs, lizards, jungle, ocean,
That's how I collected.
farm.
I did all the bears. I had like all the felines. I had all the like aquatic.
Yeah. So you got, if you lump them together, I do like $3 a piece plus shipping. Because
Yeah.
I just delisted, relisted. I have 3 lizards. iguanas.
Yeah.
This morning, I just
Iggy?
took them down, ran them to the AI, and redid the listing. $30.
Do you know where the platform I sell the most Beanie Babies?
Mercari?
Whatnot.
Oh.
Poshmark.
That's
And I
fun.
get full price for them, $6 to $8. Amazing. Never thought. I sell
That's
that
cool.
more of those than a clothes. It's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm weird.
I
So,
sold
you know.
on Poshmark. I was like, Poshmark's good. I think all of my jelly cats have sold on Poshmark.
Jelly cats. Yeah. I love jelly cats. Susan says I will check that video out. Susan's going to check it
I know.
There's a train going off. The lighting is bad. You can hear Keith's voice even, I think. It's just...
It keeps
Oh my
spawning.
God.
Wow.
He might have just cleared his throat. It's been since 2017. That video. Everybody's first YouTube video is cringy. And people are like, but look at all the views on it. And like, because it was made 9 years ago. And then when I tell people about it, they're like, oh, we got to go see how cringy this is. And my hair was like this short.
Oh, no.
my
Was it really?
gosh.
I was like 35 pounds heavier with a big fat face.
Oh, you're still cute though. You're still cute.
I was like, did you guys?
I was just looking at Susan said that 10% of her sales are on eBay, 90% on Etsy. That reminded me that most of my sales this last year were on Etsy. Etsy is doing really good because I have all my vintage on there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes on eBay, but I put all my vintage on Etsy because there's too much to deal with the other art stuff. But the cards, the postcards are doing really well on there. They love the postcards. Yep.
Do you sell them individually or do you lot them up, Lori?
What's that?
Do you lot them up or sell them individually?
Individually, because I'm selling for $8 a piece. Some of them have writing on the back. I have two clients, they're consignment that I have them for. One was very aeronautical and traveled the world, so there's very worldly ones. There's another one that concentrates on the United States, but there are a lot of the linen cards. So I'm able to, and most of the linen cards don't have writing on the back, so that makes it even more valuable. I research everything with that kind of stuff because I do it to educate myself at first when I do something else. I see the question, but $8 a piece for the postcards. I was shocked.
Shipping on Etsy?
Yep. 75 cents. 75
You
cents.
answered it earlier, but I think you thought she said where.
Oh yeah, no, she said, when are you moving? Oh, I did think she said where. Yeah, when. We just got rid of the estate sale stuff and we're going to rehab the house and hopefully we'll have it up the first week of April. So, and then we'll be hopefully out of here by June. Fingers crossed. My first stop is at my niece's and my sister's house, but my second stop is Nanette.
Yay!
Yes. So yeah. Very strange. Did you go to Baldwin High School? I look familiar to everybody. No, I went to Hillsdale High School in San Mateo, California. Carla, where's Baldwin High School?
You got a doppelganger out there.
I have lots of them.
Well,
when I was younger.
Her picture on the thumbnail is from like 1992.
Oh yeah.
From like 1992.
Shut up. It's 1978. That was my graduation picture. My senior picture.
No.
But everybody, Pittsburgh, yeah, no.
Oh,
The other coast, hun. But I used to be
Wrong
mistaken
side of
for
the
Mackenzie
country.
Phillips when I was younger, so it was weird. And everybody thought my name was Julie. I don't know why.
I'm trying to type all this out, but hey, listen, I'm in Pittsburgh. You should do my eBay seller circles and come to lunch with me and my friends.
Oh, Carla, you really should. They are so fun. You would love them.
And if you know anyone in Atlanta, tell them to come to Mont.
Yeah. I'm
And
going
if
to
you
come
know
to your
anyone
parties.
that needs a dog, I got an extra dog over here.
Oh, Toby's so cute. You need to do an advertisement before we go.
He's
so cute.
right now.
Valerie Foster. She's not getting rid of her own.
No.
This
she
one
doesn't.
is mine. She's here to stay. The other one.
See, I'm
They're both
thinking he's
boring,
waiting
right?
for me and Kurt to get there so he can be our dog, maybe.
Maybe. You're gonna wake up and I'm gonna just tie him back in your backyard one morning.
I have no doubt.
In that world, I'm not gonna do that. Good God, don't cancel.
What the hell's that noise Kurt'll say?
Valerie left me.
Somebody's
Cora and I are
hungry.
gonna be peace out. Cora's gonna be like, get this guy out of my
Peace
house.
out. Drive, Ma, drive.
Go. Just like that.
Yeah, Carla, you should go. That would be fun.
Yeah, a new person. And Karen's awesome. Karen sells kind of cool stuff too.
So Jill says Carla is Jason Wells' aunt, I believe. Oh, yes, I am his aunt. How is he doing, I wonder? Has anybody heard?
He was in the chat the night the consignment girls were here.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Oh, so Carla, you live in Cranberry, and I heard all about you. Jason's told me all about you. And that you live in Cranberry.
Okay.
Is that a place close to you? Cranberry?
It's about a 45-minute drive. It's where Keith goes for his therapy.
Oh, that's not bad.
So for me, it's a 10-minute drive. Got it.
Yeah.
I metro area.
So just real quick, Carla, we are meeting this Saturday. Our normal lunch day would have been last weekend, but we have massive power outages all over this area. We go to the Eaton Park in Etna. So if you want to come, we have a great time. And
what can we do online? Can you imagine in person?
No, we need to have a 10th of May. Okay, so I really gotta pee. So I'm going to I have 2 final questions. I'm going to throw the first one out there, and I'll be back before it's my turn, promise.
Okay. All right.
What is your best advice for a new reseller?
Best advice.
And what's the second question in case we run out?
She said she'll be back before the next one. Okay. Best advice for a new reseller.
Ooh.
I would say don't go in too heavy on buying and source from yourself, source from your friends and family. I have people that give me stuff like randomly. My niece, every other time I see her, she has a box of stuff for me. My parents have stuff for me. Before you go in too hot and heavy, I was like, don't spend your money. Maybe set a goal, and until I earn $200, I'm not going to go sourcing. But we all have extra stuff. And
my best piece of advice would be do not wait to set up your inventory system. Figure out an inventory system and start it from day one, because it is hard to go back and redo it. And eBay is very, very unforgiving if you lose something.
Multiple times.
And now Posh Market now too.
Yeah, but the new owner, they changed.
Well, and what the one person was talking today on one of the other, he sells a lot of musical instruments, and there's a platform specifically for that.
The Reverb,
and you're allowed so many cancellations, and then after that, they charge you 5% if you cancel something. So. That could add up. So, Okay, Lori, and look at
I don't know if it's my best advice, but I know that this is the way I started my business. I started with consignment. I asked a few people. I got referrals from someone else who wasn't doing things down in this area anymore because she moved a little farther away from her clients down here. So I took over some of her clients, and I ended up with 13 consignment clients to this day. And I've had them for like 3 or 4 years. And it's a great, people will give you everything. And it depends. And I would just like weed through it if you want. I liked it because I didn't know what I wanted to sell. Now I'm narrowing it down because I don't want to do these big things. Big things are a pain in the butt to pack. So try to keep it small and sell what you like also. You were right. We are done.
Hi.
Here. Hi.
Hello.
What was that you brought in?
When I was telling you what I was doing with the Beanie Babies, I had to go get her. She was
the new hippo. This is my little hippo.
What's your best piece of advice, Star?
She's a cute hippo.
Christopher, you are very lucky because when I had everyone's heard the story a million times. I spent the entire first Q4 of my business crying and stressed out. And then I spent the entire first quarter redoing my inventory system. And it's been a breeze since then. I feel like Dr. Evil.
And that's one of the things that what's your name? Nanette said, curly hair girl over there. I hardly recognize her. Yeah, she said, don't labor over it, but definitely start doing organization.
That's usually mine, what I tell people because of that story. Get your inventory system set up. Imagine what it's going to look like from item 1. Don't wait till you have 3,000 items. Don't wait till the first Q4. And learn shipping too. I think that's a good one to say. I didn't know if you guys had said that, but
you can lose your profit margin in shipping.
Yeah,
you can. And you could be avoiding selling things that are worth I wouldn't sell jeans for a year and a half because I thought it cost $15 to put in the box.
They're so easy to ship too.
Well, I didn't know. I was new. So
Yeah.
but then Megan Mawhinney showed me the padded flat rate back then.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you real quick what I boiled mine down. I've gone through 4 different inventory systems trying to make it and brand myself. What I've done now is I use address labels. I put my SKU on there to my link tree. I put a written link tree here. And then this is my numbering system and the pricing. I put this label on every single thing I have. But the interesting thing is, look at 41,000. I've been doing that for 5 years. And with these cards, I probably got 20,000 in the 20,000 cards. But I just keep going up in the numbers and keep doing it. And it's been the simplest things when I keep these separate. But when I put, like if I were to sell a computer or something, a book or something, I put this number up, but I have numbered 1 to 100 boxes. And it's in B100, and this is the inventory number. And that's how I keep track of things. It's the simplest system I've had, and it's the most easiest. It helps me not lose things. And I can go in and redo, what do you call it when you check your inventory and make sure it's accurate?
An audit.
Yeah.
We just use a number bin system, but it can be whatever you need it to be for you. Like our friend Kelly, who sells a lot of books and DVDs, a bin system wouldn't work like it does for clothes, so she just has them alphabetized.
Yeah.
I believe they're just alphabetized. And then that's the easiest way to go. Where's Salem's Lot?
Yeah.
Or that murder mystery. Sheltered workshop.
Vampire book. Here in Florida, they had a sheltered workshop job training where they packaged plush bulk boxes.
Interesting. There are a lot of those services now.
Because I said I was getting out of plush at the beginning of the year. And then I started doing whatnot, and now they're
popping again.
They're hand over fist. I may need to buy some more.
How much more do you have left?
Hold, please. This is the beautiful part of List Perfectly. I can just open it up. I can type the word plush in the title.
I have bought 95 plushies since last Friday.
Oh my
gosh, I didn't realize.
You need to be cut off.
I had over 3,000 plush when I said I was getting out. Does anybody want to guess how many I have left?
2,999.
Lower.
1,900.
Lower.
1,000?
900.
Lower.
900.
Lower.
200.
Higher. I feel like we're playing Prices Right.
Boy, Gavalt. Wow.
94.
Plus, you've sold plush that isn't listed.
Yeah.
So you have sold probably well over 3,000 plush in the last year.
Yeah, because I found all that plush under the stairs in the garage that I brought in for the Whatnot shows. Because I didn't.
Yes, that's right.
I'm down to 537 active plush listings.
Oh wow.
That's a lot for me, but not for you.
But
that's
that cleared out like 2 walls in the garage. We're gonna get some shelves. We're gonna do some stuff.
That's cool.
Those things are big. But for shipping, you can take the air out of them for the most part, and they can go in smaller containers sometimes.
It's just when you're storing them.
Mm-hmm.
3,000 plush like take up more than half of a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know when I ship my beanies, I have 4x4 boxes that I use, and I stuff them in there. Their heads go like this, but I use it for jewelry too because I don't want it to get smashed or anything.
Yeah.
So it's a good
You
size.
should see how when like someone at a Whatnot show buys like 5, and the Whatnot gives me the priority label. I have the 12 by 12 by 9. I'm like, okay, your head and legs go here. Your head and legs go opposite. We're gonna shove a little beanie in between. You open your legs. I'm shoving someone in there. And then you gotta like push and push and push and like hold the tape.
It's not a PG package. Oh my gosh.
That's what I like about squashmallows. You can take those great big ones and squash them down to a little bitty one.
Put them in a poly mailer, sit on them, take that seal, rip it off. You're good to go.
Sometimes I call Keith in here and I'll like flip it over and hold it with my boobs. I'm like, hold. All right, get the tape off.
Yep.
Shut it quick.
Yep. Oh my God, I've done that one.
I just was putting away some of my winter blankets in some of the space bags, and that's what I was doing. And I was just laying on top of them and like letting the air come out, and Cora was just staring at me. I And I was like, I have such a weird life. Like my dog's just
Oh
staring,
my God.
slowly falling.
If you keep doing that often enough, she'll come over and lay on it for you.
Well, if you've ever gotten a plush from Amazon, we got for my grandson this huge fish, and it came in this bag that was about this thick and about this big. You open it up and it.
That's like
Have
those
you seen that
pouches they have now.
of the mattresses that do that? These
I like
Yes.
those videos. The
and then
people,
it opens. It's like a king size bed.
Huge.
people like they open them and there's video montages of them being thrown across the room. They're
And an
like-
hour later, they're twice the size. Oh my God. It's crazy.
and the chemicals that come off. Ooh, it's such a great smell.
I know, right? Ooh. So what's the second question you had? You said you had two.
So we like to teach on this. We like to have fun on this channel. We like to teach. So if you can remember the worst or one of the biggest mistakes you made when you first started, share it with us so other people can learn from you and not make the same.
So many to
practice
choose
mix
from.
up for me. I had it happen last year, and these ladies I like beat myself up about it for like 2 weeks. It happens. Like
I didn't hear what you said.
when you mix up labels on the back.
Oh yeah, I do that every week.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
actually
like when
had
it
somebody-
happens, I just feel like an amateur. I'm just like, oh God, like how could you? Blah blah blah. And luckily, everyone has been very nice that it's happened. I'll send them the label. They mail it to each other. I haven't had anyone be an asshole yet, and just not.
They are so nice. I've had that happen,
Yeah.
but it's amazing.
Everyone's been super nice about it. So
I've had some mean ones, but
I think my biggest mistake that I made was that I initially way overbought on things. I mean, I went into
you mean
a
the
thrift store and bought like $600 worth of clothing and thought all of it was going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I now, 6 years later, have probably sold the majority of that.
6 years later, the weekend of Friday the 13th.
So, but that would be the thing, is to go by what Valerie's advice was: sell things that you have around your house, go through your own wardrobe, your own shoes, your own purses, those things, and then don't buy more in a week than what you can list in a week.
Unless it's a great purchase.
I disagree with that, but I live somewhere cold. I say you should have a month's worth of items on hand.
That's a good
Well, for somebody who just bought probably closer to 9 carloads,
oh my
it's
God.
going to take me, that's like a couple of months worth of listing.
Yeah.
In
2
what
weeks
I
to a
said.
month, I say.
And I have another buying trip that I go to Florida every 3 months. I have an April Florida trip that I have a large buy that I do in Florida. And then my favorite local church sale is Labor Day. And so, I really can't go out and look at yard sales and things like that right now, but I really have to get on that stuff and weed through it, sort through it, get rid of the things that I'm not going to sell. Be honest if there's things I don't want to sell, because I did get a lot of really, really fabulous things in this purchase. And,
And sourcing wise, I mean, it's spring. People are doing spring cleaning. Like, let people know what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the biggest thing.
I think my biggest mistake was monetarily was that $3,000 purchase that we talked about earlier. But I think the biggest laborious, it wasn't necessarily a mistake. It was just poor timing. And I'll tell you why. I started selling 3 months before COVID hit. And then my stepfather died right when COVID hit. And then right after that, a couple months after that, my brother-in-law said, "Oh, I'm getting divorced. I need to get rid of my stuff." And I knew that he was married to a 60s hippie. And she was an antique dealer. And I know her stuff at her house is very good quality. And she has old stuff. She did. The mistake was being uneducated about how much work an estate sale is. And what we had to do with hers is we threw away about a third of it because of hoarding issues. But the amount of work it takes for one person is enormous. And thank God I had some inheritance money to pay for moving people. And I had also started taking on a couple more clients that were retail clients. So I had her stuff and a retail client's fixtures, like carts and things. I had 4 storage rooms, and I had to move that stuff quick, and it wasn't happening because of COVID. And I had to go and move everything, pay somebody to move it in, find a house. I couldn't find anything, any place to hold my estate sale, and I had to get rid of this stuff. So I think my mistake was because of ignorance of what was going on. I don't think it was a mistake to buy that thing, but because of a freak event, it became a mistake. And I probably should have done something differently. If I'd had more education and more experience, it would have gone a little differently. But yeah, be careful what you buy, but make sure you pivot.
And always be just in case a world disaster is right around the corner, have a backup plan.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have any inventory going into COVID. So that's why I say 2 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I ever made was filling up 2 cartfuls of Beanie Babies at the bins and then looking them up and starting to cry because I thought they were all worth $1,000. And this was 2017, and in March, this is actually 9 years ago, to date almost, when I hurt my back and got disabled. But that was my biggest mistake. That and the black diamond. So here's the thing. Take everything with a grain of salt. If you're going to follow YouTube channels and join Facebook groups and be on Instagram, take everything with a grain of salt. Most resellers are very kind people and want to help you. Most reseller communities are really full of really great people who want to help you. But there are some people who are in it just to make the YouTube money or get the clicks. And they're not necessarily in it to make sure that you succeed. So just be wary if someone tells you Beanie Babies and Black Diamond VHS are worth money. I'm probably not the kind of person you want to believe, but there's a lot of really good resellers out there. So yeah, just be careful of the advice. Do your research before you believe everybody, I guess.
And some people can sell weird stuff. Like some people just have that one market and they can sell it. Like, but still it's weird too. You have to learn and grow and change and pivot.
You have to be ready to pivot. Yeah.
I mean, I sell Walmart clothes.
I don't know how you do that. I can't sell that stuff.
Plus size.
Yeah.
I think that's I mean, yeah. So that was my biggest mistake. I don't even know that there's really a lesson in it. It's just do your research. If you hear something through the grapevine, that's great. Do a little bit of research before you just eat it up and believe it. But as a newbie, I did believe a lot of YouTubers I was watching at the time who later turned out to not be so honest people. So,
well, and one of the resellers that a friend of mine, but we were in a group today and she was talking and she's like, you can't believe how many people will like ask her, like, where can I buy a pallet? And don't expect to ask a reseller and have them give you necessarily their source. They can teach you how to find your own source, but you still have to do your own footwork.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to be handed to you on a silver platter, because
we all had to scratch and climb and
figure it out. That's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes. And also there's so much stuff out there. Yeah. Regardless of what you're going to sell, there's always something. You don't try to steal from other people at the bins, because there's plenty of stuff around.
And it's always changing too. So it's like if you laugh on something, by the time you get it, it might not be selling like it was. It's like it's always changing and it ebbs and flows, like the market.
Beanie Babies, pet rocks,
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I noticed too is like when I'm getting the baseball cards, and I was researching a bunch last night. Sorry, Star, I got to tell one more story. One more.
That's okay.
I was looking at the cards and I'm going, why are they selling for so much when they first came out? They sell for like $10, $20 because maybe that person was real hot then. That's why they put the cards out, and then it fades. But then after about 5 or 10 years, it'll come back in again, and it depends. It's generational. It recycles.
Yeah.
So maybe holding on to it's a good idea. Who knows? Anyway,
Or that
all right.
person kills somebody and then everybody wants his Facebook card.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills somebody or he runs a dog fighting ring.
Yes, yes.
I mean, there's different things that cause things to be worth money.
And now
You
my
like your time.
like
The art
so
world,
there you go.
know?
Full circle.
When Val Kilmer died, all of a sudden, every Val Kilmer DVD and VHS that I had sold instantly. I had them for sale for 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yes.
And overnight, they were gone.
Yes.
So things like that, look at things that are happening, things that are going on. Because sometimes if there's a new Disney movie that comes out, it's going to make, when you get, I don't know, Ratatouille 56 that comes out, the 55 before that all of a sudden are going to be worth money because people want to know.
Yeah.
So
All depends on your selling model.
Yeah, if you're a plush seller, keep your eyes on those summer kids movies because when Ratatouille 56 comes out, every 2-year-old to 8-year-old wants a Ratatouille to take to the movie with them, right?
Well,
Yep.
and I'll give you an example. Like Scrubs is coming back out now.
Oh.
Those first Scrubs seasons now are went way up in price
Yeah.
Wow.
because people want to see what was the old Scrubs like.
I love that show.
That's usually
Let
when
me
the streaming
just-
services hold it
Let
back.
me just tell you,
Hmm.
the new stuff, phenomenal. I didn't say the word, but it is. Keith and I, like, other than Friends,
Yeah.
Scrubs is my favorite show ever.
Wow.
It's
Me
my
too.
and Keith loves it too. We've watched it together like 3 times, the old ones,
So
right?
good.
This is like they just picked up where they left off, but 20 years later.
Oh.
I'm sure you've like seen the Roseanne and the Will and Grace, how it
It's
kind of
not
felt.
quite as corny, and they did say they were working to make it not quite as.
Have you
corny.
watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't care.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how to explain it. If you've seen like the Roseanne and the Will and Grace, those kind of felt just off somehow.
Yeah.
This is like JD and his homeboy were like, yo, it's 20 years later, just pick it up. And Elliot's the same. And it is a little more hokey, a little more heartfelt. Each episode has like a moment.
Well, they have to draw you back in.
Look,
You know-
you got me talking about this now, but it is like, other than Friends, it's my favorite show and something keep
But
Well,
my
that's exciting.
point being that made the original ones now become highly in demand
Mhm.
because people want to see what was it like. What was it, 20 years ago they were on? Close to
Mm.
that?
15.
About that.
It went
Yeah,
off
I
airs
wanna
15
know what-
years ago, and I think there's 9 seasons.
Yeah, so people want to know what was it like when they were medical students and all instead of being the guy who's going to be in charge now. Yeah.
So I have to tell
Spoiler
you,
alert.
I first learned about those 2 guys from the T-Mobile commercials.
T-Mobile.
I said, those guys are funny. And I said, I wonder what they were on because they wouldn't be on there with Jason Momoa. I said, they're obviously funny. I've seen them on other things. And then all of a sudden I see an advertisement for this show coming back on. I go, oh, those are the guys from the T-Mobile commercial. That's what they're known for.
That's funny.
It's the original was great. The new ones are great.
I'm going to watch it.
Well, you have to watch the original ones to know how the love stories went about.
Oh, yes.
And the friendships and the relationships.
I feel binge watching coming on.
It's so worth it. So we've now taken up 15 minutes of your time talking about Scrubs. I hope you like Scrubs.
Okay.
I try not to talk about Friends all the time because I know that a lot of people don't like Friends.
Oh,
But-
no, love it.
Scrubs has a huge fan base, all ages. Well, so does Friends. Friends is coming back, but
The one that I watched was 30-something. I don't know why more people don't talk about 30-something. So you guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
my mom watched it.
From the Sun, 30-something.
30-something.
Oh, there was a show called 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, with John Lithgow.
No, it was 30 something was the actual name. Not 30
Oh,
Rocks in
I
the
thought you were
Sun.
And this is why people don't talk about it. Never mind.
Yeah, the actual show was like because they were all in their 30s.
Original Friends, the one that they say it was built around.
It was a bunch of people on their 30s. They were 30 something.
Going into familyhood and all this stuff. Timothy
they were like
Busfield
lawyers
is
or
in the
something.
news recently. He was in it. Anyway, so we're out of time.
Yes. So in the chat, you will see everybody's link tree. You will see a link to 10th and Main. Please follow us there. You'll get all your whatnot information, and you'll see our Wednesday night hangouts. And I also put in my Facebook group, so you can join it there. And that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We always
this
have
was
fun when we're together. And we're glad that everybody came along with us.
Toby.
Yeah, thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, we appreciate you too.
Yes.
This was kind of a long one, but that happens when we're together. We've been known to stay up till 2 a.m. on a Zoom.
Oh my God. Drinking.
This is a free dog.
Drinking, chatting, working.
Oh,
We got to do
Valerie.
the Toby advertisement.
Toby advertisement. Toby!
Toby. He needs a good home. He's a good boy.
You're fostering him,
Toby.
and he's
Yes.
so good. She's done such a good job with him. She's taught him how to behave and get along with other dogs and walk on a leash and pee outside and all that good stuff.
He's so cute too.
Oh my
Look at
God.
his face.
I think he's got to be like part lab and part pity or something. I don't know.
That's what he
I'm
is.
so in
for
love with
sure.
him.
For
Yeah.
sure. He's
He's a little
53
cutie.
pounds. He obviously gets along with other dogs. He's kind of nervous still with people, so he still needs like some socializing. And once he finds this person, he's a nervous boy. He's a good boy, but he's a little bit of a nervous boy. But that's what he does well playing with Cora. He's 53 pounds. He's a good size.
How old?
They don't really know. I would say he's like 2-ish. I think he'd be like an excellent like running partner. Like, or, he loves fetch. These two play tug of war now. And finally, 5 months later, they're finally playing tug of war. So he'll come with his own rope, his own toys. Look at him. He's like, am I allowed up here? Because I don't usually let him on furniture.
Oh.
See? He even knows. Smart. He's a good boy. I let him up every now and then, but as a
I
foster,
still have one leg on the floor, Ma. One leg.
Yeah. Does it when he's playing with Cora. He hops up and he hops down and he hops up and he hops down, and I watch him he's looking at me out of the corner of his eye. I do it because as a foster, some people think it might be mean, but they get returned for so many reasons. If someone look at him, he's like, ah. If somebody wants a dog and they don't want a dog that gets on their furniture and they're already just jumping on furniture, I don't want to like have another excuse for them not to take him out. So once he's in your house, you can let him do what he wants. But see, look at him. He's very cautious. He knows he's not supposed to be on furniture. So he's like, is this okay?
Yeah, if you're in the Atlanta area, you can get a hold of Valerie through her link tree, or you know how to get a hold of me, and we'll hook you up. Listen,
or if you're nearby, I will drive him to you. If I was in a position to get a dog right now, he would have been here 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm in love with him. I'm not in a position to have a dog. So.
And 2 months from now, if he's still there, I will drive to get him.
Oh my goodness!
And his fees are waived because he's been in the system so long. So he's free of charge. If you adopt him, I would say if you wanted to donate to the shelter, that would be great. But his adoption fee is completely waived because he's been in there so long.
That's awesome.
I've had him since October. So
he's a changed dog. He's very well behaved from what he was very skittish before, and now he's the exemplary dog. I just love him.
And he has a lot of personality. He really does.
I have a bunch of fun videos. But
and he's got a face.
Like he's turning his back. He's like, I don't know if this is okay or not. So
if I don't look at her, she can't tell me to get down.
If I can't see you,
that's right.
You can't.
Lori, are you gonna let him on furniture?
Like,
Lori's gonna let him on furniture. You got it made, Valerie.
No problem. I gotta have a cuddle factor.
All right. Well, thank you for watching the show, and thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you guys for being here. You keep me from being here by myself. So Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and come to our Whatnot Raid Train tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'll be selling blush. Go figure.
Oh.
See you there. Have a
Bye.
wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Bye. Thank you.